Listen now, this is Bravo Bravo. Coming to you direct into your bedrooms, into your kitchens, into your toilets, into your room, into your home. Supporting CultureShare. When I come to New York, I always look at this favorite show of mine, CultureShare. So what I'm just saying to you is just sit by your television every Saturday when the show is on and stand up for your culture. Have a look at CultureShare. From Bravo Bravo, CultureShare.
Bravo Bravo, one of the new artists on the international soca crossover label. He is from Trinidad, residing in England, now in New York on a short stay, and making his first appearance on TV as Bravo Bravo. Welcome.
Welcome to your show, and I must say a big congratulations to CultureShare, because as far as I've seen, you have been doing wonderfully well for Caribbean and ethnic music. And thank you to have me on the show.
Well, thank you too. Bravo Bravo, when I hear that name, I remember Trinidad, and I remember a specific show on radio every Sunday, Auntie K. After every performer finishes their presentation, she comes out with, say, Bravo Bravo, Auntie K. Were you ever influenced by Auntie K as a young man growing up in Trinidad?
I heard her lots of time, but Bravo Bravo, Bravo is my name, and I use the name Bravo Bravo. So Bravo Bravo is with me all the time.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
Great. I was listening to some of your music. Lovely music. Deep music.
Thank you very much.
And I think you have a long way to go. How are you planning for the future in the business?
Well, what I'm planning to start with, I'm coming from London, where we don't have the best artists as they got in America and the Caribbean sort of thing, and I'm trying in a way to more or less represent soca from a London point of view, you know, Trinidad via London sort of thing, and I'm trying to do my best that from the soca guys that is around today to try to take it to the commercial front, because I think it's just soca music supposed to go and be with the best, and not just being for a local sort of audience. You know, we should try to spread it, and I would like to be a link in that big massive chain to actually take it to a commercial ladder, spread it to a bigger audience. So that's why I really want to take part into soca music.
And you think that New York is the best place to get an opportunity to spread the soca word?
Yeah, well, New York is where most of the Caribbean people are. I mean, New York is where soca music is actually exported from at the moment. So if there's a place to start, it's no better than New York, to be quite honest, you know. And it's nice to be here trying to start from here.
You have played in quite a number of bands. You were a pianist. You played in bands in England. You also played some music at public institutions across the country. You even played in New York.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Right? Now you are a soca songster.
Trying to be.
No, not trying to be. You song fine.
Okay, thank you.
You know, that inspiration I hear Dorothy gave you in that tune. I mean, you better song good.
Okay.
Why does diverse change now?
Well, I tell you what, I've been playing pan since I was about 7 years old, and that goes a long time back. And as I say, yes, the most memorable part of probably New Yorkers at the moment, on me with steel pan, is probably Pan Am North Stars. You know, and they was probably the best band in the era, to be quite honest. And with them, I've been to New York, I work in places like Carnegie Hall and Madison Square Garden, and when I went back to the Caribbean, we stayed there for about 2 years, and in '71 I went to London. With Pan Am, the band break up because it was badly managed, the whole tour was badly managed, and I found myself living in London. And by doing that, we form a different group, and it lasted for a while. We get record deals and all that sort of thing over there. But going through all that, playing pan, I reach a stage, I mean, like, it's like to almost all musicians, or whatever form of work you take in life, sometimes you want to make changes, and my changes actually, not that I'm finishing with steel pan, it's just that I find the next aspect of my talent, and I think I'm doing soca and singing is nice, you know, so I'm a Trinidadian, I got soca in my bones, sort of thing. So I come out to join with the rest of the guys, like the Rodders and the Blue Boys and all the nice.
Yeah, I was just about to
soca men
say, I mean,
around,
yeah,
you know, that
Stalin
sort
was
of thing.
Stalin was a panist.
Stalin was a, you never tell me that.
Yeah, Stalin was a panist.
Yeah, well, that's nice, you understand? So it's nice to just leave that side of the culture and go into the next one. But I'm not condemning the pans at all. You know, and I feel good doing the songs.
Now that you have changed and you know a soca singing artist, how is it like trying to manage that career?
Well, at the moment I'm at my beginning stage, and it was nice to know that this is my debut as Bravo Bravo. You know, so I've got to see how it go from here. First to begin, I got to seek to get my records about, you know, and sort that part of the business out, and try to get myself promoted in the best way possible. You know, as I said, I'm trying to help take soca on the other side of the music world, sort of thing. You know, which I think it rightly belong there. You know, it just need a push, it need the right connection, sort of thing. It need the right sort of soca promoters to be involved in it. You know, because it have guys trying, but they still got a long way to go. You know, and we just got to wish them all the best and hope they improve. You know.
So what's the situation then like in London? I mean, you here in New York, is it because there isn't that much drive among the promoters to give the artists a professional worth for the talent?
Yeah, in London at the moment, we haven't got much soca promoters, as probably you hear about in New York. And there's a lot of soca music within the Caribbean community in London. And London is so close to Europe itself, and Europe is starved of soca music, you understand? So we got to try, I probably trying to get across here to see if I could get going from this side and try to take it back and take it over to Europe, you know, to help spread the culture around, you know. So it's best to be here instead of being in London, because you can't get it sorted out that quick in London as here. Because in London you deal with more commercial major companies, and because no artists actually crack it from a soca point of view, it seems harder at the moment they're more into rap music sort of thing, you know, and it's much harder to get a major deal, you know, whereas in New York probably we deal with soca, and we deal with it more at carnival time. So if there's any chance of actually getting something sorted out, is over here right now, yeah. I hope it get bigger in London as we go on, which it would get bigger.
I'm going to ask you a question now, and tell you the truth, I haven't the faintest idea how you would take this question.
Mm-hmm.
The reason is that sometimes I tend to ask the artist a question and thinking that he may believe, well...
I've got a bad heart and I've got faint if you come with anything too heavy.
Well, let's see. Let's give it a try and see. We have smelling salts here, no problem. We'll revive you.
Okay. Go on.
When I was listening to Dorothy,
Uh-huh.
it reminded me of Eddie Grant. No, I'm not saying that you're copying Eddie Grant.
I can't copy it.
There are a lot of artists.
Yeah, similar.
When you listen, you know, it's reminiscent of another artist. Do you like Eddie Grant's music? Yeah,
I love Eddie Grant music, and I like him as a person too. Actually, saying that, people said that to me already. They even asked me if I was related to him many times in London. You know, so I don't know what sort of connection we got there, but it's even nice to compare with Eddie Grant. He's a successful artist. You know, so probably commercially right for soca.
Do you sit down, I mean, now you are a Calypsonian, you are a soca artist, and you went to the crossover, you want to hit the big commercial market.
Of course, yeah.
Have you sat down and visualized Bravo Bravo on stage performing as a singer to that crowd out there? Are you ready to face it?
Of course, yes. I mean, it's music been part of my life all through, you know, from a kid. You know, and you're not scared of the stage. I mean, it will be different as Bravo Bravo as compared to playing with a band sort of thing. You know, but if, for instance, you should get going and you should get a boost from your record sort of thing, it actually puts you on a high that you can adapt to the audience. And I love playing. It's part of my life. Music is my life. You know, I don't like 9 to 5. You know, I think it's a prison, to be quite honest. You know, and music is me. You know, I live for music sort of thing. You know, so I would love to be the audience. The bigger it is, the better, as long as it's peaceful with itself and enjoying it.
Okay. And in growing up, you must have had some Calypsonians that you must have admired along the way.
Lots of them, lots of them. But the one that really stand out. I tell you, Caleb, something I really, really love is Shorty. Shorty is inspiration.
The love man.
Yes, Shorty. He's a guy I love. I think he got a lot of character, a lot of charisma, sort of thing. It's a pity he's not in he's not actually living with the soca scene at the moment, you know. But I mean, they got lots of them. We got people like the Sparrow, like Stalin, like David Rudder, and on you could go with the guys, you know, like even Blue Boy and those other guys, you know. But yeah, Shorty, he stand out for me. You know, he stand out. I think he's Mr. Soca in my book, you know.
Okay, bravo, bravo. It was great chatting with you on CultureShare. It's nice having you, and it's nice to know that 40 years from now, you say, you know, my first appearance on TV as Bravo Bravo was on CultureShare.
Yes, it might be my next life.
You'll be telling your great-grandchildren that, right?
Might be my next life, you never know. But anyway, it was very nice.
But before ending his next life, I understand you have cat life, 9 lives.
Many more than that, much more than that.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, you too.
No, I was looking at your locks, that's why I said that. Remember, I saw a cat with some locks the other day.
And you thought it was me?
No, I didn't thought it was you, but then I was thinking of the lives, and I just said that. No, that's what that came up.
Oh, that's nice. Anyway, it's nice to be on this show, and I must say to the West Indians and to all Americans who look at this show, CultureShare is not only we, it's also you. So stand up for your culture. Okay? Thank you very much.
One love, Bravo Bravo.
Love. Take guidance.
Great.
Okay.